I'm filming this short explainer about the video you're about to see while loading some humanitarian aid for Kherson region that is being flooded right now. The video that is to follow has nothing to do with the actual war or the tragedy that's happening right now, but watching it will let you understand what kind of people live in the area and what they were doing and what we have lost and might not ever be recovered. So please watch this video and keep supporting Ukraine.
Okay, so what do I know about Tavria? It has Kherson's wetlands, it has a few lighthouses, and it has watermelons. And what is produced here? We're going to find out now. Oh, it's scratchy. I have traveled to Tavria already and know about its fruitful land and bright sun, and about people who love and know how to work. That's why I'm sure we will find craft. It's still not clear about craft melons, but it seems that I found cheese in the Kherson region.
I'm Elena, I make cheese. Good afternoon, welcome. How was the road?
Thank you, it was good.
So, shall we start with tasting? Look, 2 plates. These are soft cheese, and these are hard. They are riper. All this is produced here. I make it by myself. I take recipes from the Goat Breeder Forum.
Goat Breeder Forum?
Yes, it's an interesting name. I take recipes from there because they are alive. But of course, I invest some creativity. I'm a former culture sector worker. For 20 years, I was working as a touring manager in theater. At some beautiful moment, I craved freedom. My husband had the same desire. So we started looking for a house in the region. And eventually, we saw this vastness, the view on the firth. We couldn't resist and bought the house here, though it was quite distant. We bought 2 goats, and for a long time we were trying to figure out what their milk tasted like. It was different. We were pushing the cup toward each other. They are cool goats, and it's cool milk. That's how it worked.
How many years are you on the freedom?
We moved here 8 years ago.
Has your life changed?
Definitely. We got rid of all chronic diseases. I had chronic pancreatitis since I was 7 years old. I couldn't drink milk at all when I lived in the city. I wanted to drink, but I couldn't. Here, I drink this goat milk.
Let's taste your cheese.
Let's try it.
This all is yours. Tell me, how many types of cheese are you producing now?
From soft ones, I presented you with Edigay cheese and the most popular brinza with dry tomatoes, basilic and garlic. It's the most popular. This is a Cyprus grilled cheese. Try it, it's fried. This cheese is with mint. Yes, if you are a mint fan, you should like it very much.
Nice.
Isn't it? It doesn't taste like cheese. It's not clear from the start what is it. Soft French cheese, chèvre. Pick it carefully. That's it. It's melting in the mouth.
You don't say. This is wow.
This is your favorite so far.
Tell me, please. You were working in the art sector in a big city, then decided to move here to have some space. How did cheese come into the picture?
It all started naturally. First, goats just for the milk. Then there were leftovers, and we brewed brinza, and then I learned the first cheese, halloumi. I thought it was a masterpiece. You know, it's a kind of meditation. When you brew cheese, you're in the process. It has a beneficial effect on me. That's how it was born.
It's a hard craft. A lot of physical activity. A lot of, as I see it, troubles with these tourists who are coming and going, like it or not like it. You have to smile to everyone. Is it worth it?
As I see it, yes. Apparently, I left the theater, but the theater hasn't left me. You know what they say, I was so tired of touring, but here it's the same. It's an exchange of energies. I've told you about the earth and animals. From animals you get energy, definitely. You will go to the goats, and you will see what you can get from them. Guys, come out.
Hi. Oh.
Come out, my beauties.
They are pet animals.
They are. Sure. This one is called Selfie because he likes taking pictures with guests.
This one?
Yes, it's Selfie. This is Coco Chanel. She's very beautiful. This is our chief goat.
Chief goat?
Of course, chief goat.
Is it normal that they all lean to me?
See how social they are. It's touching you with its leg, asking for more.
It's eating.
She already ate all my cables.
Oh yeah. Fenya, get lost. I told him, if you survive, you'll be Fenya, Phoenix. He was weak.
Hey, friends,
Enough, guys.
Let's try hard cheeses.
Yes, the most neutral one is with spinach and green cheese. It's very neutral. Spinach is used just for beauty of the color, but it also makes it creamy. This is my signature cheese. Let me not be too modest. It's also melting in the mouth. Do you feel it?
Just top.
Yes, yes. See? You like it a lot.
Is there a development in tourism recently? How to put it, an upsurge? It seems to me that Ukrainians started to value local things more.
You're right. You know how they say, to some war is hell, to others a kindly mother. I think that is what happened to Ukrainian tourism. When the lockdown started and people had nowhere to go, Ukrainians suddenly realized that we have such a beautiful country.
Where your cheese can be bought. For example, this one.
We have a small production, as you see. I'm fulfilling orders for a week or two, then vacuuming, and we're sending it out. It's a craft. When it's a lot, it's not a craft. Craft is when it's done like this.
Are you planning to grow from your small craft to some...
Of course. I think all people want to evolve. Of course I want it. All tourists say, you need to grow. I want to reply, yes, we get it. Help us financially.
They are so nice. I have a dog and 2 cats. Should I also get a goat? But I haven't had time to think it through. Adventures called us further, to Jeep Safari and the canyon. Fresh air.
so you get the idea, the longest canyon starts from the very village. People's gardens are over, and the canyon starts up to the very firth. We are entering now from one side, getting down, riding the canyon up to the water, and coming back from the other side.
This canyon is huge, isn't it?
Yes, it's the longest one on the coast.
It turned out that Stanislavski Canyon, or Kherson's Mountains, has not just one crack, but the whole net of dells along the Firth's coast. We were here last time, but we came late and saw only one location. Just one canyon. I haven't even imagined such a scale. Everything is so... wow. Of course, it's not a Grand Canyon, but the colors are somehow similar.
Incredible beauty. You can say it's a place of happy people. To tell the truth, tourists, people that want to see this place, they come and they are amazed. We can take them where they wouldn't be able to get with their cars and wouldn't be able to walk. And now we are going to a winemaker with 40 years of experience.
That's the service. There is a village between canyons, and Yura takes me there for a reason. We stop next to the winemakers, cheesemakers, and fishermen's houses.
Andriy,
There is a tasting everywhere. These are the craft travels I was hoping for. Look and compare the tasting at the wine factory and here. Very delicious. Let's go further along the canyon.
this is one of the deepest canyons. Behind you, you can see how canyons are being formed. We're now a bit lower than the fields. All water, rain, it flows. It gnaws clay, as we see.
We are lower than fields. So when it's raining, everything flows down,
It does.
and water flows through.
As you can see, it goes to Dnipro, Bug Firth. Then it falls, and here is what it is.
You're walking so confidently.
I'm walking here often. Very often. I must say
Is it safe? A cliff is here, a cliff is there.
that we are lucky. In a year or two, it won't be possible to pass here. Cows.
They don't talk.
I want to say it's a work day. On the weekend, the place is full of tourists.
For those who like not only to ride, but to do something more active, kayaks are available. Moreover, paragliders.
Друзі, конкурс. Тут в мене Таврія, а тут нема нічого. Вигадайте нам класний принт для футболок про Таврію, напишіть його в коментарях і отримайте від мене подарунок. Точніше, не від мене, а від нашого партнера всі свої. Сертифікат аж на 1000 гривень. Ну і, звичайно, таку футболку.
Kherson region is not only land of watermelons, but of tomatoes. Craft tomatoes are being taken good care of.
I'm Andriy. I make dry tomatoes.
This is the name of Andriy's brand, Ukrainian dried tomatoes. Tell me, how it's done? How is it done?
How it's done? We buy tomatoes from farmers. From this, we will make a couple of dozens, well, 100, 150 grams of dried tomatoes.
From this, 150 grams of dried tomatoes?
More or less.
So this one?
Practically, yes.
Wow. I would think of dried tomatoes in connection with Italy, like some of that direction. Is it natural for us? Or are you teaching Ukrainians that we have tomatoes and that's what we can do?
It's true. It was invented in Italy and Greece. The idea is, of course, from Europe. We tried it in Europe, liked it, but we couldn't find anything reasonable here. We figured we can do it really deliciously and with no competitors. So we started. As in Italy, but better. We invented a few tastes. On the market, there were always just dried tomatoes. As of now, we have around 8 taste options.
These? Pepper, thyme, dill.
Yes, these are the different spices. In different combinations, they give different tastes. And tomatoes.
So tell me, please, do you think that you're making it better than European tomatoes?
At least compared to what we got here, yes.
Did people get used to it? Do they understand that Ukrainian production and craft tomatoes are better than foreign?
To some extent, yes. There are fans that like it. We have a lot of videos of people saying that it's better than in Italy.
How did you decide to put your face on the trademark?
At first, I was shy. I thought it was too much. But now, I got used to it. Why did we do it this way? Why did I go through this shyness stage? I figured that there is an Instagram. I went to the lecture on Instagram and so on. There was the task that I accomplished the best. And our lecturer said that he could take care of my Instagram. We were waiting for orders. 2 years passed. In 2 years, we figured something was wrong, and we had to study. We started learning, buying courses. A few people were saying, "You have such a kind face. You're a kind vendor." So this thought got into my head. Why not? Before, it was trendy in Europe. Face, personality on your brand mark.
Listen, I know that last year, or not last year, but recently, you won a visa grant.
Yes, almost a year ago.
Almost a year ago. What did it give you?
First, it gave the opportunity to advertise. Well, it was not an advertisement, but a media project that was filmed, that was shown by people known by everyone in Ukraine. It gave a media voice to our brand, advertised it. The next day, we started getting orders. The orders grew 4 times over the course of the first month, plus financial help that gave us the opportunity to increase our presence on stores' shelves. Plus, we are going to implement certain modernizations. I don't want to show them or talk about them yet because of competitors.
So now, tell me, what are the secrets? You don't have to specify.
I won't tell you all secrets, but I'll show you how it looks. There is a tomato. We cut it in 2 pieces. It's very big. Then 3 or 4 pieces. Then I'll tell you a secret. Skin influences quality. A lot of people don't consider it. There are plenty of such nuances that influence the final result, and that can be not noticed straight away. We lay them down and put them in the dryers. In the beginning, I was trying to do it in the Italian way, in sun. I dried 30 tons of tomatoes in sun.
And what?
But sand and dust got there, and we had to wash those tomatoes. For many years, we were washing them.
But is it better in sun?
No, it's not better. There is sun radiation that destroys a lot of healthy components. They just disappear, just like that.
Okay, how much time does it take to dry?
2 days.
2 days.
If the temperature is right, not just put them in the oven and switch on 120 degrees. It's actually a very small construction, very small. That's why the grant that we receive will be directed to growing our capacities.
That's good. What is your attitude to craft, to small productions? Do you prefer small productions in everyday life?
Yes, I prefer small ones. Why small? For the past year or 2, everyone learned what craft is. Why? Because our mass market, the one from supermarkets, has products of a very low quality. People figured that. I think at first, people were producing for themselves, like us. Then, for other people, it's more expensive. There is no chemistry there. In our products, there is nothing at all.
What do you put there?
We put dried tomatoes, spices. This is making of spicy taste. That's what we called it. There is a rosemary, hot pepper, garlic in there. That's it. Also a bit of salt, but it's in tomatoes. That's it. And conserving agent, it's oil.
So you dried it, added spices,
Yes.
mixed, poured oil over it, and it's ready.
Yep.
It looks very easy.
Yes.
Tell me, please, about craft in general. I have hands. Skilled, not me, someone. He watched your interview and thought, why not? I can also make something. Not tomatoes, but something. Is it worth getting involved? How hard is it?
If I knew everything that I would have to do and live through over these years from the very beginning, I would probably not have started. But when you start doing something, opportunities pop up. The doors that you haven't thought of getting open. There is a task, and you solve it. You move from task to task.
Does it make sense? Do you regret that 6 years ago you started your own business? Or who needs it?
I don't regret it, because I wanted it since childhood. I truly wanted it. If you don't have the desire to run your own business and need to be in such a status, then it's better to go to work.
Thank you.
It is possible to work.
It's the third year in a row that I come to Kherson, and I have real friends here, whom I meet every time.
I'm one of the Beletsky brothers, Alexei, a Kherson's craft scholar.
Guys have just moved to a new place with a lot of local crafts. Isn't it Lubomir by chance?
No, it's not him, but yes, he has something similar. It is an artist from Kherson. She makes such bracelets and weaving. These casted, brass, and copper things, if I'm not mistaken, are purchased.
Tell me, what do you have here?
In general, a long time ago, when the Earth was flat, we were just starting. It was 7 years ago. I, my brother, and our team decided not just to do sightseeing, but to produce some small souvenirs, magnets. We started making these puffy magnets, that's what we call them. See these things? Then we started making watermelons.
I have this one.
Anchors. At first we wanted to step away from the Watermelon Association, because it was always not infuriating but somehow bothered us. Kherson is not just watermelons. All who come here, what do they know about Kherson? Beautiful girls, watermelons, tomatoes. There is even such a legend that here in Kherson we choose our wives by squeezing their heads, and if it cracks, well, it's foolishness, but there are such legends. A year later we realized, well, watermelons are about us. We just need to get rid of little stereotypes, and we can make anything from watermelons. Ceramics, magnets, pillows. Moreover, you can have the road pillow, or you can wear it as a hat. Look, it matches your green. Then we started making this watermelon honey, as it is called bekmes. We have ceramics. It is made by Yulia Zaykina. She's from Kherson but lives in Kyiv now. She comes to Kherson quite often. I remember how we went to Kherson mountains, to Stanislavsky rocks together, and they are not rocks, they are the clay. Back then she was making gingerbread and cakes, and in cooking, she always loved to make some voluminous shapes, such decorations. She decided to pick some clay and made first souvenirs. Where do you put clay? We didn't have any bags. She was wearing a skirt, so we loaded the clay in the hem and she carried it to the bus. I remember that out of these first 2 kilos, we made the first magnets or something like this. Everyone knows these are marine striped shirts. When we just started organizing the first festivals, we gave a call. Dudes, come to the festival in local clothes, in striped shirts. A lot of people were telling that no, this is the thing from Odessa, come on. Kherson is older than Odessa, so striped shirts were here before they were in Odessa. Such striped shirts were worn by sailors here on the Black Sea, and then it got unified. On the top, there are hats made out of Ukrainian thatch, but in Kherson, thatch is called kamysh. Everyone knows that Ukrainian hats are made from straw, and here they were made from thatch. It is quite heavy, but quite soft. Maybe it's not for many years to come, but well, it's nice. It's a craft. These are bullets, real bullets. I really hope they haven't hit anyone. But they were all found on the battlefields. Our friends, historians, archaeologists, ethnographers, they were collecting them, sometimes just like that, sometimes with metal detectors, and they are making such trinkets from them. Why so? Because this land, the south of Ukraine, was always an attractive terrain that many of our neighbors were interested in. Here we always knew how to fight, how to protect, how to stand up for our own. We are situated not only on trading crossroads, but on the crossroads of those who desire us. Soap is a small craft. It's a local artist. Again, watermelon is a must. It smells of watermelon. But there is also such a fish. Look, what do you think? What is the smell of the fish-shaped soap?
Fish?
Come on, imagine you wash your face or hands and it smells of fish. Beer.
Beer?
You can smell it. There is a hole in the top. It smells a bit.
Smells of beer?
It's a coronavirus test. If you can smell it through plastic, you are okay.
Craft soap that tastes, well, smells of beer.
The whole Ukraine knows watermelon honey or watermelon jam. We have a project called Green Villages of Tavria. They started making this bekmez. It was a certain production volume. It was not enough. It was quite quickly sold out. Because we couldn't take it to sell to tourists, we were forced to produce it ourselves. In one jar, there is one watermelon. Everyone knows Kherson's tomatoes, not only on magnets, but as a delicious snack. Moreover, we don't have it, but they also make tomato jams. I will introduce you later. They're growing.
We tasted them recently, really delicious. Tell me please, this is honey soufflé chocolate. Is it honey with a soufflé and chocolate flavor?
No, it contains real chocolate. Also, they have the one with banana, black currant, red currant. It doesn't go bad.
I'll take it. You have pastel.
Yes, it is also from Kherson craftsmen. I'm very glad because of the brand. It's very funny. Let me bite. It's nice. I think I picked up this word from you. It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice.
It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. These I'm taking for sure.
For sure.
I'll take these. Listen, you say that there are more and more craftsmen.
Yes.
And quality.
I haven't encountered a craft that was more than 3 years old, and it was bad. It either survives, and it's cool, or it dies. There are more and more milk and cheese farms, more and more wineries and beer breweries. By the way, I have a very cool friend who is a winemaker. He graduated as a wine specialist. He is producing and experimenting with the different types of wine and also cider.
Buongiorno. How are you?
Great.
What's up? How's business? What's happening in tourism? What's going on?
I don't know if quarantine helped or harmed us, but it influenced us. Kherson's tourism was evolving for 7 years. That's what we observe. Maybe it was growing before.
I would say we evolve it.
Yes, it's a huge part. Thanks to you and all people who spread the word. It's cool.
Because there is something to see in your region.
When you were filming No Place Like Home about Kherson, how many local people told that if we were not for this program, we would never see this, and this thing? Hallelujah!
Cool. Let's go for a walk. We went for a walk to the restaurant, where we were met by the aforementioned winemaker friend.
By the way, I have a very cool friend who's a winemaker. He graduated as a wine specialist.
Let's get acquainted.
Mykola.
Yevhen.
Nice to meet you.
Tell us about your craft wine. What is its thing?
The thing is, I heard this phrase from boys that in Kherson region and in the south, the wine can be made from any berry, even from the grape. I think that winemaking is in our blood. If we dig down the history for more than 2,000 years, 2.5 even, we know what wine is. Living in such a perfect world, in such a perfect climate, it's just a sin not to know how to make wine.
Listen, there are so many craft wineries, or how can you call them?
Wine squeezers, wine smashers.
Yes. Is it possible to make something new?
Winemaking is an art in any case. I can assure you 100% that two winemakers that will take a grape from the same vineyard, they will make different wines. One will be different from another, because even retrograde Mercury, which just came to an end, also influences the process.
No way. Is it so indeed?
That's what we say, but...
Thank God. Is it yours?
Yes, this is my wine. First, it's a very interesting type. It's called...
I like the label.
The label... This is my favorite. I told him, the more simple it is, the better wine is.
Guys, we cannot hear you anyway. You have no mics. Shut up.
It's a Johanniter wine type. It's almost nowhere that you can stumble upon it in Ukraine. It is grown in our Kherson region and also in the Mykolaiv region in professional vineyards. Its historical motherland is Germany. It was born there, but I think the wines that are born here in the Kherson region are more delicious.
Sorry, I am watching how you are opening the wine, and it's so obvious that you love wine. Your moves.
I love the final moment. No, that's how. That was okay. It was a small bottle. I started my studies as a winemaker.
So, you went to study to be a winemaker?
Yes. I got completely sick, and I thought, okay, I have to have a confirmation that I'm a winemaker. Everyone can make it at home, and 1.5 years of master's studies is no joke. I graduated. In course of studies, I was attending at the same time private courses. I was going to vineyards and communicating about how they make wine and studied at the same time. In one book, I've read the following. Pre-cooling technology, you can say, I implemented innovation, meaning I combined a barrel where it gets fermented, so a fermentation tank, thermos, and a fridge. Soft straw color, and we always evaluate if there is any opacity.
Listen, sometimes there is sediment. Is it okay?
Depending on the sediment. If it's in the form of a crystal, as a wine stone, it's fine. It means it's 100% natural wine that had no additional treatment.
There are clients already. We are on a yacht hanging out, people like it. How do people view craft wine?
Lately, it's very topical and popular. A month ago, Alexei sent me a post on Instagram. One girl asked for a recommendation for a craft winemaker. Alexei sent it to me and a few more people in course of 1 hour. They recommended me, and this girl texted me later. A few people recommended you. I want you. When you have a craft production, when in every bottle you put a part of yourself, it's a different thing. My favorite process in this production is when there is a wine pressing process. Several barrels. I am next to one of them. I have a manual press, so it's manual work. It can go on until night. On the MacBook, I turn on films. I watch films about winemaking, and it's so romantic.
Chin Chin? You were saying craft production is a small one. How much wine do you produce, say for a year?
For the past year, I processed about 500 kgs of grapes. It's an incredibly small number, but it's because I'm doing it alone.
How many bottles did you make from 500 kilograms of grapes?
Who knows how many bottles? A part of it was gone without any bottles.
Why the white wine went through another device, and the red one through a decanter. This is a decanter, and that one?
Aerator.
Why, with the white one, you use the thing, and with the red one, this one?
When we are making red wine, it's more saturated because the process of fermentation goes with peel and pits that we call pulp. That's why it's more saturated, more flavored. And for us to enjoy, it needs more oxygen, so it opens. If we look here, see the contact area of wine with air? It oxidizes now, and it will give us the opportunity to enjoy it later. If you don't have it at home, there is a very simple life hack. We open the bottle 30-40 minutes prior to drinking and forget about it. The main thing is, decanter is really heavy. I'll pour it like this. On a white tablecloth.
Do you have life hacks on how to get rid of red wine stains?
For that, you need to pour the stain. It sounds ridiculous, but you have to pour it over with the white wine. That's how it changes acidity. And then white wine is easily washed off with water. That's it.
Interesting. From the whole interview, that's what we'll get into the final cut.
You're still boiling? Then we're coming to you.
We're pouring over with white wine. It's an interesting life hack. Yes, cool one. An interesting. Dima, it's for you.
Leave it.
It's near Moose.
Put it further.
Okay, listen, I was told you were working for a civil service. You left it and moved on to wine.
Let's start from afar. Personally, I think that rich people make a rich region. If we digress, about civil service, I devoted 6 years to it. The main task was that everyone would be comfortable, so people would be proud of the place they live in.
Wasn't it scary to leave? After all, civil services, stability, it's confidence in the future.
It's a very old assumption.
And you went into 100% craft. Here, as I see it now, of course, it depends on you, but there are so many unknown factors. Will it work or will it not work? Wasn't it scary?
I'm Aries. I always need some fire. Forward, forward, forward. Because it gets boring very quickly. It was a challenge for me. I read in some article that there are a few really bad addictions. The first one is coffee, the hardest one. The next one is drug addiction. And the third one was defined as a salary. When you know that on the 15th, you have a prepayment, and you extinguish in your vigor, you realize that it's okay as it is. I realized that for me, this life stage is over, and I have to take responsibility.
What an interesting thought. Interesting thought. For improvisation. Cool sound. Kherson's land is full of wonders. No matter how great craft scholars Bieletsky brothers were, together with Всесвои, we discovered something to surprise them.
My name is Volodymyr, and I grow loofah.
The legitimate question, what loofah is? How is that?
Loofah is a plant, okay?
If you grow it, then it is.
We make these cool eco-loofah sponges from it. Our goal is to replace synthetic sponges that we use in the bath or the kitchen for washing dishes.
So you're growing sponges?
Well, this is a fact.
It's cool.
Yep,
So this is an organic product.
100%.
Honestly, I don't get it. Loofah, I have never even heard of it. What is it?
Loofah is a liana. When it ripens, we can use it in the kitchen to wash dishes, or in the bath to rub our skin. It is very cool when it steams up. Now it's quite stiff. For 2 years, we've been trying to contact different eco-activists and people who like such things to help develop it and give an alternative to synthetic products.
I look at it now. Where is it? Here it is, a huge cucumber or a marrow or something like this. It doesn't look like this.
In a month's time, it will start to dry. And it will be precisely it. This is it. They're the same.
So this sponge is inside.
Yes. Yes.
Honestly, I hear about this for the first time. Never heard of someone growing sponges. Are you the only one in Ukraine?
No. Look, in such a big scale, I don't like to say industrial, but in such a format, we're the first ones in Ukraine. I can confirm it. Maybe after you publish it, someone will say, no, it's not the truth. But at the moment, I think it's exactly how it is.
Or maybe someone will say, wow, I can do it, why not?
It's also our goal. We want more people like us in Ukraine, because such loofah can be planted on a small territory and have benefits, financial ones including. It will grow and get bigger.
Even bigger?
Yes, even bigger. That's how cool they grow.
How did you come to this? How did you start? No one does it. It was grown sometimes in the past. There are synthetic sponges, so what's the problem? How did you come to this?
On our website, family.lufa.com, we told the story. It is called The Story of 50 Golden Seeds. We came to our friends, and they had it planted on a small scale. That is precisely what I was saying. People do grow loofah, usually somewhere next to the plot or an ark. I got very interested. It was such a cool thing. I run a few projects, including ecological, and when I saw this thing, marrow, not marrow, I asked what it was. It's loofah. It's kind of a sponge. We use it. I told, give me some seeds. If you have 100 square meters of land, you can grow loofah pretty decently, even minimal land. What will you need? Some props, so it can grow up.
Doesn't it grow on the ground?
No. If it grows straight, doesn't get hooked to anything under its own weight, it will be straight, beautiful, and cool. Watering, same thing as with cucumber or some other plant in the garden. In a month, it will be brown. It means that inside, there will be seeds already. That's how we know it's ripe. We pick it, peel it, work on it to the state it should look.
How long can such a loofah serve?
Month and a half, 2 months. These 3 pieces for sure, if you follow certain rules.
Another question. I know that synthetic sponge is such a, well, house for microbes. What about loofah?
To tell the truth, if you washed a plate and then you washed the loofah over, all dirt and fat flow away. I'm sure that much less harmful bacteria are left there.
Okay, so you're doing a weird thing. That's the truth. Does it make sense? From a financial perspective.
Look, it does. I'll tell you straight away that it is worth it. In this case, we have a double value because it's our family business. We sell loofah, we're not just giving it away. It's also a lifestyle. For us, it is a bit more than business. It is a socially responsible business.
How much for, say, this one? How much?
This one, a bath type, is around 80 hryvnias. And the big one can be 100 hryvnias.
Can it really grow this big?
Yes. And this big. Very cool for bath. This is a light version. We are trying to make it ecological for people, plants, and the earth.
And can we, if we can, pick on and see how it looks inside now?
Sure. No, if you want to eat it, you need a small one.
Can it be eaten?
Yes.
Can I try?
Yes?
I also want it.
Yes? Nice.
I'm filming, actually.
I have competitors. It's a home video. Loofah of this size, maybe a bit bigger, can be eaten. Here you go.
Marrow.
Let's do it together.
It's like marrow inside. Not bad.
This one you can't eat. It's soft already. The process has already started.
The child tells the truth. Disgusting.
Shall we look inside?
Yes, if possible. I want to see it.
Okay, show which one.
Any. So,
Тобто, оце от
it's
всередині зараз
soft inside now, and later it will become fibrous.
Yes. This is a process of its creation.
By the way, do you sell seeds?
Seeds, yes.
Seeds. So it's possible to buy it and plant it.
Yes, but you know what we want to do this year, hopefully with God's help? We want people to be able to come to us, choose this certain one, buy it later, already dry. We will show how it's done on spot. A person will also get seeds and will be able to use them.
А в мене
For example, I have some land next to the house. I want to buy some. Can I try?
Of course.
It's not that hard. It seems so.
To tell the truth, this plant likes warmth. South is perfect for it. For example, people from Lviv bought it. Maybe they were not skilled in planting, or maybe weather conditions were not good. It's hard to say, but this plant likes humidity and warmth for sure.
I want to try it.
Okay, I'll present you with some seeds.
I'll take. I'm really interested. This was it, Craft Tavria. See you.
Ну і в самому кінці, друзі, оголошую переможця минулопрограмного конкурсу. Їм став Керам Арт. Зв'яжіться з нами в інстаграмі, щоб отримати свій подарунок від всі свої. Все, зараз точно. Бувайте.